on recommendation of the provincial working team is that we should not appoint a regional detachment in the region of Mngungundlovu. We should instead appoint a regional working team which is going to do work of stabilization of the region until such a time the ground is matured enough to could appoint a regional detachment. So in the intervening period, there is a regional working team which is going to be convened by Commander Bekinkosi Mtolo. And then part of the regional working team will include Commander Kering Ngobo, Comrade or Commanders Lindile Manyoni, Commanders Lindile Manyoni, Commander Mzwandile Goge, Commander Pilile Mbele, Commander Mthandeni Kumalo, Commander Hlengiwe Ngubane, and then Commander Tolman Zuma. So that is the collective that we are here to announce for all the regions and the RWT of the region of Mngungundlovu. The emphasis that we're giving is that UMkhonto Wesizwe is gaining proper organizational shape and form. And we need to consolidate on the shape and the direction that is taken in order to lead all the progressive forces in South Africa. We are not yet where we are supposed to be, but with maximum focus and discipline, we will get where we are supposed to be. The whole organization must always be guided by the principles and values that are found in our constitution, which is Ubuntu, unity in action, Pan-Africanism, patriotism and equality, honesty and respect, democratic centralism, mandates, accountability and reporting, organic forms of public representation, discipline and hard work, knowledgeability and meritocracy, class consciousness. If we all understand, internalize and adhere to the principles and values of UMkhonto Wesizwe, we will win not just the battles ahead, but the war for total emancipation of our people. I'm reminded by the national organizer that we should acknowledge, which we did earlier, that the provincial detachment, the top 8 of the provincial detachment of Mpumalanga has joined us as part of this meeting. But today we were dealing with the announcement of the KwaZulu-Natal provincial detachment and the regional detachments thereof. We will constitute the process of announcing in the same way the Mpumalanga detachments and all the regions once we have concluded on all of them. National Chairperson, thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you. No, thank you very much. Where is this part of the program is for a media interaction, but I'm also informed that the president has a word. So we will do that, and we'll ask Comrade Ndlela to take over this this part of the program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, National Chair. Thank you, SG. Chikitela UMkhonto chikitela. Chikitela UMkhonto chikitela. Viva President Zuma, viva. Viva KZN, viva. Comrades, let's congratulate the leadership of KZN one more time. This is the part of the program where we engage with the media. Any questions and answers? Let's start with the first 5. If there's any, by show of hands, I'm sure Mabansa is there. He's got a question. That's the first one. Second question? No. There's a mic over there for you. Name, surname, and which institution you represent, please.
Sure, it's Tlantamabaso from Eyewitness News. I'm looking just on the Moses Mabhida region alone. There was a court case that involves the IEC official accused of stealing vote ballots. During the address by UMkhonto, there was some commotion that was happening there, some also winging him off the stage. I'm trying to understand, are there any confusions there or issues? Thank you.
Thanks for that. Is there a second question? No? Okay, good. You're going to respond to that, National Chair? Or is it going to be the SG? Let's give it to the SG.
No, thank you very much. No, thank you very much, National Spokesperson. We are aware that during the state versus the IEC case in Maritzburg, there were people who were heckling when the provincial convener was speaking. And heckling in terms of the constitution of UMkhonto Wesizwe is a disciplinary issue. It's an offense. Like if you check the constitution of UMkhonto Wesizwe, has been distributed here in the code of conduct. Part of the prohibited activities or offenses is heckling when people are speaking, whether in meetings of the organization or any other meeting. It's not allowed for members of UMkhonto Wesizwe. So if you check in page 56 of that constitution on H, it says that heckling and disrupting meetings of the organization or any other organization is an offense that requires the necessary disciplinary action. There is a complaint that has been lodged and was brought to the attention of the national officials about the comrades who were involved in heckling, each and every one of those. And we're going to activate the code of conduct of UMkhonto Wesizwe to hold them accountable. And then there will be a disciplinary process. We do not know what will be the outcome of the disciplinary process. We've already announced yesterday the changes to the decisions of the national officials in the composition of the National Disciplinary Committee, that Advocate Dalimpofu is the chairperson and our Deputy President is chairing the National Disciplinary Committee of Appeals. So the case of those who heckled in Moses Mabhida, each and every one of them is going to be subjected to a disciplinary process in the organization and be held accountable. And that is what is going to happen. And then there are other cases that relate to Moses Mabhida in relation to Umsunduzi, Ward 2 candidate who went to contest elections without the mandate of the organization. The candidate is facing a disciplinary hearing, and those who registered him as well are facing a disciplinary hearing because they did so without the mandate of the organization. And then the disciplinary committee is going to reach its conclusions and then table a report to national officials and national high command, and will take a decision based on the outcome of that. Because we are not going to have an organization where people do as they wish. There must be discipline in the organization, and we're going to enforce it without fear, without favor, without tiptoeing around any wrongdoing, so that we can hold this organization together. It's the only instrument. President Zuma was saying to all of us earlier that this is the only instrument in the hands of black people. It's the only instrument which is going to totally emancipate our people. So we cannot tolerate instant misbehavior and ill discipline in the organization. That is the firm position that we have taken. Even if those people were 100, we're going to charge 100 of them. Whatever number it was, is going to be acted upon so that we nip in the bud all instances of ill discipline that they exist in the organization. Thank you very much, Chairperson. National spokesperson. He's very far from me.
I think there was one more question. You had a question just before? And this side. Okay, so let's start with the lady over here. Please, your name, surname, and which media outlet you represent.
Good afternoon. My name is Precious from One KZN TV. So I have two questions. The first one is, today we know that the Deputy President of the country is in Richmond, where he is welcoming 200 members from the MK party. How are you taking that as the MK party? And the second question is, we got some information that some members from the regions are not happy with the Abantu people that you have been announced here from the region. So how did you arrive to decision of announcing those people or maybe choosing those people? Thank you.
Thanks. The second question.
Thank you. And I'm Mhlongo from the SABC. SG, mine is, obviously when the party was first formed, you had a number of, one would say, teething problems in terms of leadership. And I remember at one point, President Zuma speaking about obsession that people have with leadership positions in particular. So I just wanted to find, obviously, you've now had an extensive time to engage with your structures to now come up and decide on the leaders that you have announced here today. Are you confident that you've stabilized in terms of leadership issues? And that you're confident that the issues that you've been having with objections, with protests, as my colleague was just speaking about already, signs of unhappiness for some members, are you confident that you are now in the right position and that these leaders are now going to be able to take the MK party forward?
Lamolo, just outside of this particular sitting, just 2 weeks ago, the police minister announced the disbandment of the political task team that was looking into political killings. I think it was also the recommendations of the Moirani Commission that, given the politically charged environment in KwaZulu-Natal, form this particular task team to probe political killings. I think cases like that of Cindy Somagaqa as well were also investigated by the same task team. Now it's disbanded in a year where political parties are supposed to be campaigning for what will be the local government election next year. What is the party's stance? Is it a good thing to disband this political task team, given the politically charged environment, but also given the upcoming local polls, which I think a lot of people say will be hotly contested? Thank you very much.
Is there another question? No. Okay, let's start with the first one. Regarding what is circulating, SG. It seems like they say the DP of the country is welcoming MK members. Would you want to respond to that, SG?
No, thank you very much. Those gimmicks of political parties, and then they go to a gathering and then they give people MK t-shirts on the entrance, and then they later on take the t-shirts off and give them ANC t-shirts. We know those things. That is what they're going to do. So the ANC was defeated conclusively here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal on 29th of May. It has got no chances of recovery. It will never recover. They cling on the straws. There is no possibility of the ANC recovering. One, they don't have leadership anywhere. We have got leadership of UMkhonto Wesizwe here in the province. So they are not And we know, for instance, we do not want to elevate some of these issues that part of the reason why they over-celebrated Ward 2 Umsunduzi was because they had sponsors the destabilization of our candidate registration process. And even when a wrong candidate from our side was registered, MK still got 37% of the vote in that ward. So let's see what will happen with the deputy president of the ANC. Is this by-elections coming in Ward 2, Richmond, on the 13th of March, regional organizer and deputy organizer, the deputy organizers from Richmond, we must go and reaffirm the presence and the support of UMkhonto Wesizwe in Richmond and not involve ourselves in the gimmicks and all of these other things that are happening. I don't know which members are aggrieved by which leadership, because we have just announced the leadership now. And as far as we are concerned, the leadership that we have just announced now, no one knew about that. So we don't know which members are aggrieved by which leadership, because the leadership was resolved on Tuesday. Today is Friday. We are announcing the leadership publicly for the first time. So if there are members who are aggrieved about the leadership that we have chosen, they will bring that to our attention and they must tell us why they are not happy with certain leaders that we have selected. But the leadership collective, the national officials, the national high command, we are fully confident of the leadership that we have identified for the province and for all the regions. We are fully confident that they will play the roles that they've been assigned to, that they will not be involved in factionalism, they won't be part of the parallel structures, they won't be part of wrongdoing. So we have got full confidence in the leadership that has been identified, but that is not a license to go and undermine the membership on the ground. To say confidence in you from national leadership means that with the responsibility, we must go and make sure that we inspire confidence, we unite the membership of UMkhonto Wesizwe on the ground. Because some belonged, of course, to certain groupings. So all of us, let's go and collapse all the groupings and factions and all of those things that happened before. And then we lead united regions and we lead a united province. That is the only way we're going to defend our gains. And there is no one who is going to reverse the achievements which UMkhonto Wesizwe has got to achieve here in the province. If anything, we're going to advance on that, on the gains that we already have gained. The last question was on the disbandment of the political task team by the South African Police Service. I think before the president speaks, we can allow the national chairperson to respond to the question on the SAPS.
I'm going to reinstate my threat because look, firstly, I think it's unfair that we are being asked to respond on behalf of a police ministry. It's incorrect. Because surely, I would assume, I don't know, that there must have been assessment kind of reports and analysis that must have informed such a decision, whatever those reports were. So it would be difficult to reflect on a matter such as this when we are not disposed to the information that must have been used to arrive at a particular conclusion. In any case, the question of a unit such as that, dealing with the question of political killings was not linked to the exercise of elections necessarily. It was more to do with the particular circumstance that existed in KZN at the time. And therefore, because of the analytical sort of reports that came through, a decision was then taken to establish a police unit dealing with the question of political killings, but not because it was a unit that per se was going to monitor the behavior of people in relation to elections and so on. So I think let me leave it at that with regards to that before everybody assumes that I'm a minister of police or something. Listen. Oh, okay. Having said so, I think this session has come to an end. The question and answer session from the media. We then ask the president to come on stage, please. Please do rise. The president.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you.
I think we have done everything we wanted to do. The leadership that has emerged today, particularly in this province. I'm sure the provincial leadership, as we see it, is here, and then the regions. We thought it was important for us to reach this stage. As you know, we are the youngest political leadership that is here. If we were to tell these old stories and what has happened, you will realize this was very necessary. A party, 1 year old, 1 month. Some were saying this is fake, this is that. Ha! You don't say so to this political organization. So we thank you guys to come and listen, because we are establishing an organization, a serious organization in our country. We have had a little bit of talking before you arrived, because we're talking about this party, how it emerged. Unfortunately, you missed that part. Now you missed. No. But we were saying, UMkhonto Wesizwe is here. Is here. Say, here we are, as UMkhonto Wesizwe. Also, the importance of UMkhonto Wesizwe in the processes of our political history. So we are very happy, and we are happy that we now can say we have a leadership that has been identified by the leadership, and they are given an opportunity to lead at different levels. And I'm sure you must have seen the comrades who stood up to say, yes, here we are as leaders of UMkhonto Wesizwe. We'd like to thank you to come and be with us this morning. I'm sure you realize that UMkhonto is changing South Africa into a new kind of leadership. You are going to see as we move. And we have discussed with the comrades that this leadership is taken very seriously. And we are serious. I would like to thank comrades who came and were with us, who have been with us. All other things put together, we are an organization to watch. It is a serious organization. So mine is to thank you. We are building this organization slowly but surely. I must also say, we challenged those who were doing the voting, who were counting the voting, because we believe we won. We won, and we believe the courts are going to do the judgment, and that judgment must be fair to everybody. And as you know, the case is about to start, and we show that if the honesty is there, we're going to see who is going to be running the country. This country is going to be run properly with every respect that you have. But thank you for your coming to be with us, to ask questions. I can't say more. Unfortunately for you, you missed something. We will whisper to some of you at the right time. But thank you very much, and thank you very much, comrades, for your coming here to be here. It is absolutely wonderful. Uzombona kahle inenamba ngoba niyahlupa Pinase Nkalela Sbar Sbar kamena lo. Thank you very much, comrades. Thank you very much, Baba. Just to say thank you.